Parasites don't have thought, so it doesn't make sense to continue, you know what I'm saying, like to use the TA or the tune, right? I just make the proper code, parasite life, right? Because we know that Neptune is a code against Nubians. It's a code against all thinking things. Okay, this is why Neptune is supposed to be at the end of days, right? Because it's supposed to come and gather all the souls. But we reverse that code, okay, by crossing both of these 9 and 6 out, because we're dealing with 8s. Okay, you gotta see that 8 is a circle that has been twisted, right? And so it has 2 loops now. It has 2 circles now. Okay? Whenever you see a 9, there's a new cycle. Or a 6 is a new cycle. You're going to make another circle. And that's another 9. And then to make another 9, you got to do it again. Okay? Or the other way, whatever. The 5, pentagram. Okay? Not the best star, whatever. But the pentagram system, that's why Neptune was named Neptune. It has the 5 because it is the system that traps man. So EnEpPaOn is also number 5. And so this is the code that's going to trap the parasite program. Right? And so every these things are after the energy. It's not after the shell, but the shell that carries the energy is going to lose its coding. It's going to lose its software program that makes it act and conduct itself as a parasite. This is what's happening. This is what's happening, everybody. So when you're watching this video, know that you just took part in a major anti-Neptune ritual where we decoded Neptune, we exposed it, and then we evicted it into the ethers where it will be gobbled up by EnEpPaOn. We have the Ragoons, not the Dragoons, so we corrected that code. Dragon means disconnected from Ra, so this means that they are not working for Ra. Like I said, in times of combat, when you have high energy, sometimes things that are intended to protect, say, Mother Nature, right, end up harming nature because it is programmed to go after death, to things that don't make a sound. It's like when something is dying. Okay, very perfect. The reason why we have an uptick in parasites and why it's the lead subject right now, it's because the EMF radiation basically is sauteing your molecular structure. Okay? This artificial radiation is making a frequency of decay like you're dying. Okay? And so because you are making less sound, more parasites can be exposed to you and to the environment. Okay? This is all a magnetic charge. That's why as the more and more AI is invested, the autonomous robot world, the more and more protons are going to be dispersed in the atmosphere. So this is going to create a dynamic where Earth is, EnEpPaOn system, not immune system. EnEpPaOn means the I keeps Ma on, right? Is going to come. Right? It's going to charge and dispense electrons to balance the free radical protons that are dispersed in the atmosphere by cell phone microwave technologies. Okay, these are free radical protons. Okay, that couple on top of the electrons, creating a dynamic where the ratio now is off, converting an electron to a proton, which prevents the movement because it's the electrons that cause the movement. And so if you have more protons, you now have less movement. This is how we create cell death. Okay, and so that's the frequency that's happening, is because less movement. We're all stuck on our devices sitting down. We're not moving around. Okay, and pretty soon they don't even want you moving around. Okay, meaning that if you're driving, pretty soon you're not even gonna. Don't even want you to drive. So you're not even using the energies, the reflexes, all of these muscles, as small as they may be, you're still using them when you're driving, right? But now you're not even going to be able to do that, right? And so we have to see the extreme. We need to sound this program out. We have to look at it like that. They want us to look at presidents and prime ministers and this and that, but we have to look at the energy, right? That's just all we need to focus on, right? We can't look at the being. We need to look at the software, okay? And that's what needs to change, is the operating system. We need to go back to raw. We need to go back to a sound operating system. This will enact our senses. And with our senses, then we have all of our entities. We have all of our entitlements because we are now entities. Okay, we are EnEpPaOns. Okay, entitled thinking Etherians. Entity. So if you want to be an Etherian, yes, there's genetic Etherians, the ones of the Caribbean, not the Moors, who are the Arabs. Okay, the ones that the Moors mow down. Okay, who think that they're going to get the inheritance that are set up to go to the raw seeds that have been removed. Okay, it's not happening. It doesn't matter if there's red in your hat or whatever you think, you're constantly moving, the goalpost to your meanings of things, but regardless, okay, is a sound authority, and I am that sound authority. I've been a witness. I've seen what's going on. I see what's going on now. You very same Moors that act like, you want to get along, you can't. Okay, and it's sad because there's a good side and there's a bad side, but you're going to fall to the fate of the bad side unless you come out. And I've given you a way out and you refuse to take it. So you're going to go down with your name sake. Right? And your name is negating you, because that's what name means. Negate me. Negate the Ma entity. So you stay true to your name. Okay? So this is the code, people. EnEpPaOn on 1818. I, Christ, or A, Chaplain, reverse the code of Neptune by exposing it as negating the thoughts of compiling the parasites, by exposing the weapon as the end, which is the Tara soul detached from the entitlement. Neptune spell has been broken. The Ragoons replacing the Trident scepter have been released. The parasite authorities soon cease to have say over the souls that are Baka. Join True Talk. Go to Jesus.com, GESOOS.com. Sign up. let's get together. Okay, some major manifesting opportunities, and we need to get together as a community, as sound beings. Okay, everybody that can, doesn't matter where you're from, Petri dish or from Seoul. Okay, if you can handle the sound, then you can be sound. Okay, if you can act sound, then you can be sound. Okay, but to act sound, you have to be in your senses. You have to be able to sense. Okay, and the truth is this is what the church was put into place for. It is to educate those that did not have soul, with the promise when the second coming comes, you will have a soul. That was the original reason for religion. Okay? Just like the original reason for government was set to protect us from the draconians. Okay, to be the filter to make sure no poison, like all the quality control, all that stuff. Okay, but somehow that has been converted, that charge has been turned, and it is now disagreeable. And so it's up to us to separate ourselves so we can be our own charge and have an opportunity to carry our own charge. Ta'anka'u, share this, multiply this, support. Lots of things for you to buy. You can upgrade your membership package. We need the support. Big, 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 big spell broken. And egregor released. Say the name. EnEpPaOn. It has been done. So be it.